guys. So my name is Sara Hathaway, and something I love to talk about is self-defense, something I do every day of my life. So I'm here to talk to you guys about that. I am the author of the Changing Earth series. It's a fictional series that I wrote for fun, and then it took off, and everybody loves the story, so they keep going, and eventually I'm going to bring the series to an end. We'll get there. I also am the host of the Changing Earth podcast. So, Sara F. Hathaway, I grew up country. I grew up shooting bows, shooting rifles, trap shooting, grandpa, gardening, shooting 12 gauges and stuff like that. So I was always an athlete. I like to play ice hockey. I like to do lots of things. Growing up, softball, kinds of stuff. Mom wouldn't put me in martial arts because I was too rough. I was always in the penalty box in ice hockey, and she didn't approve of that. So I finally started training on my own in 2002. I started with Kuksul Wan. It's a Korean style. And then I advanced into Taekwondo because I had Olympic dreams. I ended up having a family, realized that was going to take a lot of my time. So I don't want to do that anymore. But I train 5 nights a week, sometimes 6 if my instructor has his way. I just live there on a cot in the back. So that's basically my life is training. I love it. I'm always bruised and a mess, but it helps me teach other people how to defend themselves. And my goal in life, if I can just save one life, if somebody can have a better day because of something that I taught them, survive one disaster, get through just breathing a little bit easier because of something that I taught them, what an honor. It's worth more than any amount of money you could give me. So that's kind of my mission in life. So currently I'm working to get my 3rd degree black belt, and I just like to train, so I didn't like to test a whole lot, and my instructor is now forcing me to test so I can start opening my own school, coaching others to take them to the Olympics and things like that. So he's like, okay, you've been training, you need to start testing. So years and years of training and doing that. He also forced me to do jujitsu, which is ground game, so we're gonna get into that. Knowing your opponent is really, really key. And it's kind of hard if you haven't been exposed to a lot of different fighting styles and different people and things like that. So younger attackers, they have more speed and agility. Right? They're going to be able to move quicker, they're going to be able to attack faster, so you want to try and distance yourself off from a younger opponent. You want to try and maintain that distance so you can literally see their movements. And we know that story, 16-year-olds at the dojang, they're just all over the place. You're like, oh my goodness, you have to use your wisdom to be able to beat them. They will also have less patience. So if you stand back and wait on them, eventually they're going to get bored. And they're going to come for the attack. So it's not something that you need to reach out and try and stop them right away because they'll get bored and they'll advance eventually. You just have to have more patience than them. So wait for them to advance. They might not be as confident. However, they're going to look like they're really confident, right? But inside, they're probably freaked out. So it's to your advantage if you know how to defend yourself to stay confident in your own abilities. Or if you have your pepper spray or whatever, you're like, come on, little sucker, right? Older opponents. So older opponents, if they're older and they're attacking you, it's big problems because they've probably been doing this for a long time. And chances are they're stronger, their bone density is thicker, and they know what they're doing, okay? So, because usually we grow up and we don't do those things anymore, right? We move on, we have families, stuff like that, and we're not these attackers anymore. So if they're still doing that, it's big time problems. Try to use your agility. They might have a better game plan in their mind. Be very cautious of these individuals. They are intelligent, and they're going to know exactly what they can do and what they can't do. So these are the individuals that are actually your biggest concern as people that know how to fight and they're older. So that's where you just have to know yourself and your capabilities. You got to go home. You got to become part of a school and a community where you can get this practice.